Hey, what is up guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today we are going to be showcasing the brand new Ojiro. I do only have him level 85, but that doesn't matter. It's kind of good that I'm showcasing him as a low level because you are going to be absolutely astounded by the amount of damage this guy can do. It's actually freaking insane. I am running him alongside the Fantasy Uraraka for crit rate and the Fantasy Aizawa for status ailments because Ojiro lacks status elements. That's like his biggest downfall. His other big downfall is that he lacks plus ultra gauge raise, which is another reason we're running Uraraka. So like he's gonna find a lot of, it's gonna be hard to find a use for this guy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He can be useful in PvE, in VE Tower, because he does have technical hits, but I think where he's really going to shine is specifically in like the all-for-one climax battle against the strength all-for-one, or if they introduce some sort of content during the JP 2-year anniversary that requires like certain monotype teams, that's where he's really going to shine. But as of right now, he doesn't have a whole lot of like uses in the game, so really what I'm going to show you guys here in the VE Tower is just how much damage he could do and like how good he could potentially be, I guess, for climax battle. If the all-for-one climax battle was out, I would honestly do the showcase running Ojiro on a team against him, but since that's not out, we have to showcase him in VE Tower. We're running Adventure Awaits on him to give him just a little bit more damage, extra crit rate, and things like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at his kit real quick, and then we'll hop into the showcase. I do have his advanced leveling all the way done for his advanced leveling, and then for his ability boards, I'll show you guys where I'm at. On his basic board, I am up to board 10. I have not started board 10, but I am completely done with up to board 9. And then for the piece route, you can see I am pretty close to getting him to level 90, but I still need a couple more pieces. Unfortunately, don't have the stars to buy the pieces because I did not go 5 summons deep into the banner. Otherwise, I'd be able to just buy the pieces off the banner, and I don't have enough stars right now to get him to level 90. But like I said, I'm actually kind of happy we're showcasing him at level 85 because he does an insane amount of damage even for only being a level 85 character. It's actually kind of ridiculous. And then for his DX piece route, obviously I have nothing because I only pulled 1 copy and then I was out on that banner, and I recommend you guys all do the same. If you do summon on this banner, once you get him, get out, and realistically don't summon on this banner at all though if you can help it, because the JP anniversary is coming up. And then for his skills, okay, so let's talk about these. I'll kind of just go over them quickly because I have talked about them previously in another video, but his plus ultra gives him the ability to overwhelm, which is really, really good. And then it also increases his action skill impact by 30% for 5 turns, so he is going to become like way more ridiculously strong when he does his plus ultra. So just keep that in mind. After you hit turn 3 and get his plus ultra, he becomes way stronger. His first action skill is called Tornado Tail Dance, and this one does actually a surprisingly large amount of damage. I have tested him out a little bit and I was honestly surprised by the amount of damage it does, but in addition to doing like a massive amount of damage, it also increases the action skill impact of all your allies by 10% for 8 turns. 8 turns is a very long time. And then it also adds when using a successfully executed skill chain, which makes that a technical hit. Technical hits are good for VE Tower, so this Ojiro is good for technical hits, but it's still kind of hard to use him, like I said, because he doesn't have any of his own plus ultra gauge raise. If you go against a strength type enemy, he gets extra skill impact by 35%. We are taking on the blood stage double S difficulty against Stain, who is a strength type enemy, so we'll get to see that extra 35% skill impact, which is just going to make him hit those like massive numbers that I was talking about. And a cooldown time of 4 on that action skill is not bad. The second action skill also has a cooldown time of 4, so really good cooldowns on the action skills. But like I said, the biggest detriments here are just that he lacks status elements, he lacks crit, he lacks plus ultra gauge raise. All he really has going on for him is technical hits, and so it makes him hard to fit in on VE Tower. And as for PvP, I'm just not even trying him on PvP because a monotype ABL team will just never succeed in PvP, right? So it's just not going to happen. He's never going to be good in the current PvP meta, at least. That might change if they start limiting PvP. Like this season, you have to use blue characters. This season, you have to use, or they brought in the PvP maybe to have multiple different brackets or something like that, where one you use these types of characters and the other one you're free to use whatever you want, something like that. They need to do something with PvP, but that's a whole discussion for another video and another time. His second action skill is an attack all action skill that decreases the defense of all opponents by 15%. Decreasing the defense of an opponent is good. That would be good in PvP. As for PvE, it can be useful, but sometimes it makes you kill too quickly, and you'll probably see that in this VE Tower run that will kill too quickly because, like I said, this guy just does a massive amount of damage. And once again, this action skill gets increased skill impact by 35% when you're attacking a strength type enemy. The first auto skill is called Sincere Fighter, and this one increases the action skill impact of all ally ABL type characters by 25%. So that means even Aizawa is going to hit 25% harder. So that's a really, really, really good buff for ABL characters. And you'll see that Aizawa is actually going to hit pretty decent numbers too, literally because of that auto skill right there. So whenever you see Aizawa hit good numbers in this run here, remember that's because Ojiro is on the team. And then once per battle gives character the ability to make a last stand one time when HP is below 50%. We probably won't get to see that because we're hopefully, you know, not going to drop below 50%. But that's just kind of like the cherry on top, right? It's not super great. It's okay. The second auto skill is called Bounding Tail. Every turn, this auto skill is actually pretty decent. It increases character skill impact by 4% for 5 turns. So by the end of 5 turns, you have an extra 20% skill impact, and then reduces damage to character by 3% for 5 turns. 3 times 5 is 15. So after 5 turns, you have an extra 15% damage reduction. It kind of sucks that it takes 5 turns to get that. I wish it was a little bit higher percentage or it happened a little bit quicker than 5 turns. But basically, after 5 turns, your Ojiro will be fully scaled and very, very good. So with all that said, let's go ahead and hop into the run and see how he does. As we get into this, we're going to start by using Ojiro's skill first, which is going to increase the skill impact of our allies. And that is this one right here, Tornado Tail Dance. Also increases action skill impact of all allies by 10% for 8 turns when using a successfully executed skill chain. We'll see how much damage he does on the first turn. It should just increase. His damage will increase like over each turn. By turn 3, we should have a pretty decent amount of damage with Ojiro. Then we're going to do Gravity Blow with our Araka because remember, Ojiro doesn't have his own plus ultra gauge raise, and if we don't raise it with another character or give him a memory that raises his plus ultra, he might not have it by turn 3. So keep that in mind. So that's why we're going to do that. And then we're going to use Aizawa for the status element because Ojiro lacks status elements. So a lot of things to take into account. If you're putting Ojiro on a VE tower team, you kind of have to build around him, which always sucks when you're doing that for a character. But once again, we're mainly here to look at the damage and see how good he could potentially be damage wise, especially for things like climax battle. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. 33,000 and 39,000 from Aizawa. Aizawa is level 100, I'll remind you, and that was a critical hit from Aizawa. So the fact that Ojiro did the amount of damage he did without a crit and almost matched Aizawa when he's only level 85, guys, that's pretty good damage. That's honestly really good damage, but it's only going to get better from there. So let's go ahead and do all of our action skills here. Then we'll use our plus ultras next turn. We missed the seal with Aizawa, but we did get the stun with Araka. Let's go ahead and use all of our plus ultras. Just to remind you guys here, the tail fist attack gives you overwhelm for 4 turns, so that's going to be ridiculous. And then it also increases his action skill impact by 30%. I would almost bet that we hit 99,999 damage even without a crit, maybe would be my guess right here. But let's see how much damage we do. Like, he is as strong as Fantasy Bakugo, I'm not going to lie to you guys. And he's only level, once again, I know I've said it a lot, he's only level 85 though. Like, if he was level 100, he would hit every bit as hard as Fantasy Bakugo. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll skip this one. 96,000 from Aizawa. Remember, he only hits that much because Ojiro gives him an extra 25% skill impact. The plus ultra is also pretty good. I like it a lot for Ojiro. 99,000 without a crit. What did I say? 99,000 damage, 99,999 damage without a crit. So equally as good as Fantasy Bakugo. That's how hard this guy hits. So that should give you an idea of how good he can be damage wise. Like, that could help you in a lot of different scenarios. Just depends on what scenarios we're talking about. Let's go ahead and do these 2 action skills. I missed the tap. 99,000 for both of them. It didn't even matter that I missed the tap. We're not going to get a very good VE tower score, but I was not expecting quite that much damage. But having Ojiro on your team, that should just show you guys how much harder your characters hit. Normally, Aizawa is not going to hit 99,000 on that action skill. That's actually insane. I can't believe we hit that much damage. That was a 4-turn clear. We had 12 critical hits. 13 technicals. Actually, in a 4-turn clear, we had 13 technicals, so that's honestly pretty good. Granted, we did have a Araka on the team who has technical, like, this is a very technical oriented team, but you know, we weren't lacking for technicals. So honestly, kind of impressive, and just the amount of damage that Ojiro does. And I wish I could do a better showcase. If we get the chance of the climax battle, I would love to show you guys how he works in climax battle, because he's got to be insane in the all-for-one climax battle. But mainly the damage is what we were looking at here. Let me know what you guys think of his damage in the comments down below. Do you think he's a mid character, or do you think he's actually fairly strong? I think he's very strong when it comes to damage, but in terms of like his uses in game, that's what makes him mid. Those are my opinions though. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed the video, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I need your guys' help, so please help me out. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.